everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to Cook with April. This is a Cook with Justin edition. So I was just making matzo ball soup, and I wasn't really planning on filming a video, but I had all the ingredients prepped right here, and I was like, alright, well, I think we should film a video because a lot of you guys have asked about the recipe. So it's actually like basically just a chicken soup recipe with the matzo ball. So essentially what you're gonna need for the recipe is, my sister is filming right now, so she's gonna come and zoom in on the ingredients down here. So we've got 15 whole peppercorns right here. Okay, this is 3 whole cloves. We've got a couple bay leaves here. These ones are fresh. You can also use dried. We've got some chopped up carrots right here. We've got just 1 onion chopped into quarters. This is half a bunch of parsley. We've got just kind of a handful of whole garlic right there. So this is just 2 whole parsnips. I peeled them and then chopped them up into chunks. This is a couple stalks of celery. This thing is called Better Than Bouillon. This is like my mom's recipe and she swears by this stuff. It really, really does taste delicious. So we're gonna use a couple spoonfuls of that. And then this is the matzo ball mix I was telling you about. So this is the best one. I believe it's pronounced strites. And there's 2 packets that come in the box, and I'm gonna use both of them because we love the matzo balls. And then if the camera person can follow me around here, I've already got the whole chicken. I have a whole chicken boiling in there. And we're just gonna wait for this thing to boil, and then I'll tell you the next step. So you just wanna put enough water into the bowl so that it covers it, and then turn it to high to make it start boiling. All right, so if you'll notice, it's been about 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll notice that there's what's called this kind of scum on the top here. So what you're gonna do is you're now gonna turn it down to essentially simmer, and you're gonna wanna scoop this kind of scum off the top and discard. Because you don't want this stuff in your soup. I honestly don't know what this stuff is, but you don't want it in your soup. Again, I'm following my mom's recipe, and I asked her for permission to do this, by the way, to share this. It's not like a secret family recipe or anything. But yeah, so if you can't find a whole chicken, by the way, like at Trader Joe's last time, they have a pack that has like, you know, a couple thighs and 2 breasts with the bones in. That's the crucial part about making soup, chicken soup, is that you need the bones. So this is a whole chicken I found at Whole Foods. So I'm gonna just skim this off the top until it's all gone. And you don't want to fill up too much water in there because you still need to leave room to add all the veggies and stuff. So now we are going to add the rest of the ingredients. Just literally everything I showed you, we're gonna just dump it in there. So we've got the carrots, we've got the celery. I don't really like celery, you guys, but I feel like you have to have it in there for the flavors. This is the parsnips. And then we're gonna do the onion. I'm gonna put those bay leaves in there. I really like fresh bay leaves in here. These are, again, the whole cloves. And peppercorn. If you don't have whole peppercorns, you can just grind up pepper in there. I mean, you're gonna wanna do, it to taste. Peppercorn, got the garlic, and then lastly, you're gonna throw that parsley in there, and you don't even need to chop it up. You just wash it, leave it in there, because you're gonna fish it out afterwards. So after adding the parsley, the last step is you're going to use this Better Than Bouillon chicken base, and you're gonna do 3 heaping spoonfuls. This is the stuff that gives the broth like an absolutely delicious, if I can ever get this thing off, gives it an absolutely delicious flavor. So you can be generous with this stuff. Almost there. All right. All right, and now that's it. You just literally dump everything in there. And what you're gonna do is you're going to put the lid on. You're gonna tilt it, and because you wanna let the steam come out. And you're gonna put this on low heat and just let it simmer for like 2 hours. So let's turn on that timer. Hey Google, timer for 2 hours. All right, you guys, so it's been about an hour, and now I'm gonna start prepping the matzo ball. So what you'll need for that is a ½ a cup of vegetable oil. So I'm gonna put that in a larger bowl. And I'm actually doubling like just 1 packet of these. So for one, the directions are on the box, but it's a ¼ cup and 2 eggs. So I'm gonna double it because we like matzo balls. So I'm gonna do 4 eggs and a ½ cup of oil. So essentially all you do, basically in a medium bowl, mix 2 large eggs and ¼ cup of oil. So that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, and so now what you're gonna do is just dump both packets into here. That's 1. Make sure everything gets out of there. Another one. right, now you're just gonna mix them together. You know, crack those eggs, mix it until it's kind of like uniform. All right, so you can see this looks nice and uniform now, and you're gonna let this stand for about 15 or 20 minutes. So I've got my helper here. He's got his robot arm, and the soup still has about 45 minutes left to go. But once this sits for about 15 minutes, you gotta kind of time it because these take about 30 minutes. You're gonna put some boiling water in another pot, so you're just gonna kind of have to time it so that they're ready about the same time. All right, you guys, so I've got another pot of boiling water here. Unfortunately, we don't have a big enough pot to do all these at once, so I'm gonna kind of do them in batches, but get your hands wet, and you're basically going to take the matzo ball meal and you wanna make them into a ball about the size of a walnut. This is a little bigger than a walnut, but this will do. And essentially, you're just gonna drop them in the boiling water, like that, and you're just gonna do that for all of these in here. All right, so this is kind of how they look. Nice. Looking like that. I'm just gonna drop them in. Sometimes, you know, when you go and get them at a restaurant like a deli or something, they make these matzo balls, these huge ones. But we're just kind of make these little tiny ones. So you're just honestly gonna continue and until they're all in there. And then you're basically going to seal it very tightly with a lid and cook it for, you're gonna lower it to simmer and cook it for 30 minutes. That's it. All right, so I've taken all the chicken, like the entire chicken, out of the pot, and Liam is moving the island because he's playing with his toys. So essentially, I'm just gonna take all the bones and the skin off the chicken. That's it, and then I'm gonna put it back in the soup. So I'm just kind of, you know, just scraping off all that delicious meat, and I'm gonna get all that stuff and put it back in the soup. All right, you guys, 30 minutes has passed, and I think our matzo balls are done. Wow, look at that! They blew up, you guys. Look at how perfect those look. So those are gonna go in our chicken soup. All right, guys, so essentially the last step is I'm going to fish out the bay leaves and the parsley, and if you can find the garlic cloves and the peppercorns, just fish it all out in here because you don't need any of that stuff. So just go through it and find as much as you can. All right, it is taste testing time. We have my sister. The last step is, you know, obviously add salt and pepper to taste. What's that?
I'm here.
Oh, and Liam's here as well. And we're gonna do the taste testing. Here we go. Yeah, it's Auntie Jessica.
Tastes just like how Mom used to make it.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right. If you had to describe the consistency of matzo balls, what would you say?
They're like dumplings.
Dumplings, okay.
And I mean the soup, the broth is so just like yummy and salty and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It has a much better flavor than if you just like bought a can of stock.
Right, right.
Which you could do
right
in a pinch, but
right.
It's much better this way.
Delish. Perfect on a rainy day, huh? So I hope you guys enjoyed this cooking video. Do you guys like this vlog style? I mean, this was very informal, but you know, in a pinch, we just decided to film it. And we hope you guys enjoy. If you like to give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. And Charlie is hungry. He's meowing over here. Okay, go ahead.
It's really hot though.